Hey guys, welcome to Heat Happy Energy Amor Tarot. So today we are going to explore the emotional climate between the two of you. We will start with the true emotional state of this connection right now. The cards are death, and I've taken out a clarifier from an oracle deck, which is balance. See, the connection feels like it's on an powerful emotional reset with this death. Death is about when there are some major changes happening, right? So the old way of relating, old reactions, old patterns, old expectations, it has reached its natural ending of some sort. And something needs to change. It doesn't have to be chaotic or explosive, but inevitable. So this is like a chapter quietly closing because this demands growth, um, from one of you, both of you, or from the connection. So, and balance, this is like steady hands adjusting those emotional scales. This is where, you meet somewhere midway here. So, what felt unequal is recalibrating itself. And that is what is changing with that death energy here. What felt energetically one sided is possibly learning harmony somewhere. So the bond isn't falling, it's like shedding what can't come forward with you guys in this bond. So transformation with emotional fairness is what I see here. Now, your energy currently towards maybe this person or this connection, we have Queen of Wands and awaiting results. See, Queen of Wands, look at her presence. She's surrounded by these warm lights, this seated comfortably, relaxed in, her own glow. She doesn't need, she's not performing for attention. She's not chasing reassurance. Her confidence is internal, like, she's embodying that confidence here. So that's your energy right now. You've come back to yourself and awaiting results here. This is, it feels like, standing between these two trees here and standing tall, life forming quietly around you, some branches still cool and still, taking time to have that energy, but others warming with this visible light. Do you see? um, like, yeah, now you can. So you see there is some warmth here, there's some cold energy, but then it's again forming that beautiful light forming there. So there's a soft halo like awareness above. Patience mixed with awakening, that is where you are at right now. You're not no longer forcing outcomes, you're allowing growth to meet timing. And it seems like a very patient energy to me, the way she's standing there. This is grounded feminine power, self-contained, self-trusting, rooted, you know. Now, um, see what they're not expressing openly here. There is an emotional burnout. This is where the kind of hurt someone carries silently. You're just walking. The land is barren. There's nothing, in foreseeable um, area in front of them. A painful ending or betrayal is something that still lingers in their system, even if they don't talk about it. And it doesn't have to be that you have betrayed them. They could have betrayed you, or even you could have. I don't know. It would be different for different people. But whatever it is, that's not left the system, and the oracle is giving and receiving. This shows an energy of flow again. See, there are four hands here, so I feel it could be a possibility that more than uh, there are more people involved in this whole situation that is influencing how you think, how energy flows between the two of you. But the energy is beginning to flow again. Open hands, light moving both ways. They're relearning emotional exchange, understanding that this connection doesn't have to cost them everything. They don't show how deeply they are affected or they were affected, but they are slowly opening here. This is quiet healing. and maybe careful vulnerability of some sort. See, Four of Wands is the next energy, and we have trust. Now, how they experience this connection internally and externally. Internally, this connection feels like emotional home, a space of belonging, familiar comfort. The sense that with you, they can exhale, they can, breathe, they can feel light. Trust kind of adds that softness, open posture, heart space, unguarded. You see this, she's willing to put her heart out there. So the warmth, like touching the face, emotional safety, learning to exist again is what I get from here. See, externally, they may seem composed or neutral. Internally, this connection feels grounding and significant to them. This is where safe doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it feels steady. Now, the emotional wounds that are influencing their behavior and love, this is, we have Emperor. See, the Emperor sits firm, structured, controlled, composed. This is someone who learned to protect themselves through strength and order. Emotions are managed very carefully. And Emperor also wants power. He's holding the king, so or the queen. I can't figure out, but and manifest is the oracle card here. See, this is focused creation, energy directed with intention. They're learning to build love consciously instead of defensively. They're used to leading with logic, okay, but they are practicing emotional openness. This heart isn't closed here, it's disciplined, is what I would say. Now we have Knight of Swords. See, at a soul level, and teach is the oracle. See, the bond moves through the mind and soul. This is where they do feel bonded to you at a soul level. There are realizations, late night thoughts, conversations that shift their perspective here. Mental and spiritual activation is happening. Teaches, the wisdom that they have learned or they are learning through lived experiences here. A soul contract energy, growth through connection, and it has to be beautiful because if you see there is this rose or some flower which is kept there in the book, which kind of brings to me towards the beauty of the connection. And of course, you both are there to teach and learn from each other here. So this isn't surface attachment, this is evolutionary connection somewhere. You both are evolving with this connection. So you change each other for sure. The Hermit is the next energy, and helpless and hopeless. Um, See, your energy is quiet but profound at the same time, like a lantern glowing in stillness. This is where depth without noise happens. This is patience with, this is being present without performing anything. There is emotional exposure here, not exposure, around you. Their walls feel thinner. They feel seen, sometimes vulnerably so. See, you don't overwhelm them. You teach them. Your depth is magnetic, and somewhere that also feels a little hopeless to them because they won't want to be seen that way. So yeah, there is depth here. Ace of Swords and Rebuild. See, there's a sharp clarity here, recognition that the connection is real, it is meaningful. There is this honest awareness that Ace of Swords brings to them, a clean emotional truth. And Rebuild shows the structure forming again. So if there was something that was broken, there is something that is healing here. There is, careful construction, intentional effort again, similar to the manifest energy. So there is something happening here. Attraction flows both ways, and it's becoming more grounded and sincere, is what I see. So this is not just spark, this is substance. Now, Knight of Wands and opening up. There is fire in motion. There is definitely a lot of attraction, chemistry, passion that you both feel, energy that feels alive, when you're near each other, passion with momentum. There is definitely a lot of attraction. Um, we did see a soul connect and everything, and this is physical attraction here. Open up, kind of, this is like illuminating the heart space, opening up to those emotions, those feelings here. This is spark of sincerity. The emotional readiness meeting desire is what I see here with both these cards joined together. But then also this talks about, attraction needs truth. It doesn't want games here. So chemistry that breeds, that is what you share. See, maybe this connection didn't come to complete you. Maybe it came to reveal you in some way, to show you where you overgave, or where you abandoned your own needs, or where you forgot that love should feel like, this mutual sunlight, especially with most of these cards had so much orange and yellow and, sun showing up in so many cards. You should be in survival mode emotionally. I read somewhere, if your soul isn't dancing, change the song. So maybe that's what growth really looks like, that you need to change the song right now. You can't keep dancing on something that your soul isn't dancing with. So choosing environments, people, rhythms that feel like peace in your body, that's what you need. So you don't chase alignment, you choose it. And that's what you need to choose right now. Maybe you're choosing already with that Queen of Wands energy that you showed up in. And the right connections don't confuse your nervous system, they calm them. Remember that. So walk forward softer with your head high and tell yourself that you are looking for alignment. And first alignment has to happen internally, and that way you will attract what aligns with you. I hope this gave you some clarity. Thank you for watching.